The laughter still rings in my ears. We were at dinner, the table crowded, wine flowing. My father leaned back, his eyes on me like I was a stain. "So tell me," he sneered, "how does it feel being the most useless one here?" Forks paused. Heads turned. My mother smirked. My siblings chuckled. Then the laughter broke loose, sharp, ugly, filling every corner of the room. And me? I smiled, just a thin, calm smile. "How does it feel," I asked softly, "knowing this useless one won't be paying your bills anymore?" The room went silent. The smile faded from their faces. Because the moment those words left my mouth, they realized. You see, they thought they had me figured out, the black sheep, the quiet one, the disappointment. But what they never understood was that I was also the one keeping the lights on. For years, I wired money home every month, paid for their mortgage when it nearly collapsed, covered my father's hospital bills, cleared my mother's credit card debt, even slipped money to my brother when he begged me not to tell his wife. I did it all silently, out of duty, out of love. And they never said thank you. Not once. Instead, they wore it like a crown, like my sacrifices were their right. The signs of betrayal were always there. When relatives praised me for working abroad, my mother would correct them. "She just sends money. It's nothing special." When I bought myself a used car, my father scoffed. "So that's where our money goes." When my sister needed tuition, I paid every cent. She bragged about her scholarship, never mentioning me. They erased me. Until that dinner, when they decided to humiliate me too. That was the night something inside me snapped into place. Not rage, not tears, clarity. I didn't lash out. I didn't storm away. I went home and began to plan. The first step was silence. I kept sending money for 3 more months. Routine, predictable, so they wouldn't suspect a shift. Behind the scenes, I redirected every payment. My parents' mortgage moved out of my account. My father's medical insurance canceled, transferred to his name. Utilities shifted entirely to their bank. Then I withdrew, not just financially, emotionally. Calls unanswered. Messages replied to with one-word texts. No explanations, no fights, just distance. I remember the exact day the first call came. My mother's voice, sharp, urgent. "The electricity was cut off. Did you forget to send the money?" I didn't forget. I let the silence stretch before I answered. "No." I stopped. Her breath caught. "You what?" I stopped. "Why? You can't just—" "I can," I said, and I did. Then I hung up. One by one, the cracks spread. My brother called, desperate. His wife had discovered the loans. Without my quiet bailouts, his marriage began to rot. My father, proud and loud, now stood in lines at the bank, begging for extensions. My mother sold her jewelry, the same jewelry she once flaunted in my face. And me? I stayed silent, watched from a distance. They called me heartless, selfish, useless. But the truth was simple. I'd just stopped being their hostage. The climax came 6 months later, at another dinner. They invited me, pretending civility. I went. Not for reconciliation, no. I went to finish it. The room was darker this time, less laughter, more tension. My father looked thinner, my mother's smile brittle, my siblings avoided my eyes. Finally, my father said it. "You've abandoned us. Family doesn't turn its back like that." I leaned forward, my voice calm, razor sharp. Family doesn't bleed one member dry and call it duty. Family doesn't sneer at the hand that keeps them fed. My mother snapped, "You think you're better than us?" I smiled. "No, I just know I'm free of you." And I stood up. They shouted after me. My sister cried. My brother cursed. But no one followed me out. That night, walking away, I felt lighter than I had in years. I realized something vital. Their power over me had never been real. It existed only because I allowed it. Because I kept paying, kept bending, kept hoping they'd love me in return. But love extracted by obligation isn't love. It's theft. Now, months later, they still call sometimes, pleading, bargaining, even threatening. I don't answer. I live in silence they can't touch, a life I built without their chains. Do I regret cutting them off? No. I regret waiting so long to do it. Because when they laughed that night, when they called me useless, they revealed the truth. I was never family to them. I was an ATM with a pulse. So when I said, "How does it feel knowing this useless one won't be paying your bills anymore?" That wasn't anger. That wasn't revenge. That was freedom.